storm, we also feel the rain. Holding the umbrellas, hoping for a clear sky. As the clouds move by, we all see the sunshine. We in this together.
Hey family, I've been reflecting on a lot this past year. And honestly, it's been the hardest year of my life. In 2024, I lost 12 people who meant the world to me. Some were blood relatives, others weren't, but blood couldn't make us closer. These are people who helped shape the person that I am. And when I thought things couldn't get any worse, I lost another family member at the beginning of 2025. If you ever lost someone you deeply love, then you know how overwhelming grief can feel. It's like a wave crashing over you when you least expect it. Some days you manage to stay afloat, and other days you feel completely swept off your feet and pulled under. I'm not going to say that I'm healed, because it's only been a couple months. And I'm not sure that you ever heal from losing a parent or a grandparent or anybody close to you. I'm not even going to say that I have it all figured out, because I don't. What I can do is share what's been helping me put one foot in front of the other. So in June, I lost my grandmother. And if that wasn't already enough, in September I lost my mom, which started a wave of a host of other loss, from uncles and aunts and a lot of people, cousins, and it's just a lot. So one of the things that I continue to do, which is a major thing for me, is therapy. I continue to go to therapy. And then I also joined a grief support group. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. Another thing that I did was I did something I called the legacy walk. It wasn't about moving on. It was about creating a space to feel connected to others, and feel supported by those I love and those that were grieving alongside me. I planned and executed it with my family and community, and we walked in remembrance of the 12 people that we lost in 2024. Man, the legacy walk, it honestly just started off with me honoring my mom in my own special way. My mom didn't want a burial or a memorial. She wanted to be cremated, so I followed her wishes. And she asked that everyone honor her in their own special way. So one of the things that generally brings me peace, and that I do often, is just walk and explore. So I said I would do a walk, and then instead of just doing it by myself, I wanted to lock arms with those around me who had lost family members. I lost family members on both my mother and my father's side. I had really, really close friends that lost dear loved ones, and godparents that lost parents, and so it was just a lot of loss. And so I thought, what better way for us to support one another other than to one, walk in honor of their legacy, but two, how do I say it? Most of the people that we lost, all 12 had health problems. 9 of 12 had cancer. So it was like, well, the way I'm going to honor my mom and my grandma, who both died of cancer My grandma had breast cancer, and my mom had pancreatic cancer. Was to live a healthier life. And so that's the whole backstory about how the legacy walk became about, because I was like, I'm going to honor my people by living a healthier life. And I encourage you to do the same. And my family was on board. I mean, loved ones was like, let's do it. And so we kind of got together. And while the legacy walk didn't make the grief disappear, but it did give us a way to honor their memory and celebrate their lives. We shared stories, we took pictures, we laughed, we joked, we ran. It was amazing. There was about 32 people that came, so. Sorry. It was a pretty big turnout. It was amazing. That same weekend, my grandmother's brother, my uncle passed. So his funeral was that same weekend. And yet and still, and a lot of people had to go out of town, but yet and still, we still had a big turnout. And so it was amazing. And so we had something that we could hold on to that would help us carry a peace with us as we move forward. I want to be real with you. Therapy, the grief support group, the legacy walk, they haven't healed me. I still have days where I feel like I've lost so much and the grief feels overwhelming. But these are just steps that I've taken and things that I've done. And they help remind me that while grief can be so isolating, I don't have to carry it alone. It reminds me the power of love, community, and remembrance. So as I told you, I've also leaned very heavy on therapy and a grief support group at a local church nearby where I live. And this grief support group has been amazing. My therapist is pretty dope too. These spaces have allowed me to show up exactly how I am without any pressure or expectation to be okay. So if you're struggling with loss and with grief, I really encourage you to find spaces where you can be completely vulnerable and as you are. Whether it's therapy, support group, or just with the people in your life who will listen to you without judgment. We listen and we don't judge. Those type of people, right? Because it's really important. Grief can make you want to isolate and shut yourself off from the world. And it's something about when you lose a parent, it's just like you put new lenses on, like you see the world completely different. And the things that may have not meant as much to you before, all of a sudden the blinders are off and you see everything. And so it makes you not want to be there and makes you not want to hang out. Some days are better than the others. Like today, I had so much to do, but I decided to be here with you because it was a day where I needed to be alone and by myself, but also I felt like I needed to get this message out because there's so many people who have lost loved ones this year, last year, and the loss just continues, that I wanted to not only talk to you, but talk to myself and encourage myself that we're not alone, you're not alone, and that, one step at a time. So if you're walking this path too, I want you to know that you don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to be healed. You don't have to be okay. It's okay to take one step at a time and still feel the weight of the grief. But remember to find ways to honor your loved one. Create your own legacy wall, or whatever that looks like for you. Something personal, something that can help you keep their memory alive. I want to thank you so much for listening to my story. Again, I'm still grieving and I don't have all the answers. But I hope that sharing my story, it helps someone feel a little less alone. If this resonates with you, please drop a comment. I love to hear how you're coping or just connect. And if you know someone who may need to hear this, give this video a share. I'm sending you all love, light, and strength. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.